And you're listening to Homegrown here on RTR FM. And we last heard Perth, the band, with Greasy Moon, and before that it was Puck and Tired. I have, well, is it two members of the Rumble in here with with two of them talking and a third doing something else?
Yep.
Third is hovering.
Something like
the
that.
hovering. The hovering. Gentlemen, who are you within the band, i.e. your names and your instruments played?
My name's Matt. I play guitar and backing vocals in the band.
My name's Rob, and I sing and tambourine.
And not
remembers to bring it.
percussion, tambourine.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You've already had one single out, which I think was last year that you brought that out.
Yeah, it was this time last year. It was a Tree Bark and Woman.
Yep. And you've got you're calling it an EP, but it's a 3-song EP, which is like, that used to mean in the old terms that you got 2 short songs and 1 really long one. Is that what it actually means?
No, it's basically just 3 tracks on there, and we've decided to call it an EP.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what's it called?
Annabelle. That's the lead track.
Yep.
On the CD. Yep.
And you're doing the launch at the Indie Bar tomorrow?
Tomorrow night, yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's actually have a listen to the lead song from this CD EP. Annabelle, where did you how did that song come about?
I mean, like, me writing songs is always an interesting one. Basically, it usually starts, I get like a song or a tune in my head.
Do you get the music and then go for the lyrics?
Yeah, definitely. Yep. So I usually start writing a song, and to be honest, I have no idea what the hell I'm writing about. You know, like, where does the start coming? You know, the tune makes me feel something, and then it'd be about halfway through the song, and I read back of what I've written and go, oh, okay, that's what I'm writing about. All right, I'll keep going with that then.
It's all subconscious.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So that's pretty much how I write every single song.
Do you sometimes find when you've got that and you've got a couple of verses in, you go, yeah, but the first verse has got nothing to do with the second verse, but I really like them. Do they then become potentially 2 different songs?
Not yet.
Yeah.
It probably will at some point. Like with Annabelle, I basically wrote it probably about 3 times, to be honest, because I started writing with this idea.
Yep.
And I couldn't quite nail it, you know, like the story wasn't quite going where I felt appropriate. So I rewrote it and then went through it again, and it still wasn't good enough for me, so I went back and scratched like 2 or 3 verses and rewrote it again until I was finally happy with it.
Did where did the title come from? Did you actually have the title when you were doing it and going, okay, well, I like that verse, but the other ones don't sort of fit what I want it to be, and in terms of the title of it, or did the title come later?
Well, the title kind of came about halfway through it, so it was the first time when I was writing it. It's about this woman. And
really?
Yeah,
I know.
Shocking, isn't it? And so I started writing about this woman, and the name Annabelle, it just came to me, and I really liked that, you know. So I really ran with that, and I wanted this woman to be like this powerful woman who basically controls this guy's life, if you will, in a certain way. Hence why, I mean, I guess I wrote it about 3 times, because to try and get this story across, this powerful story, it took a few goes to try and get it to work.
To nail it.
Yeah, yeah.
This is Annabelle.
Chose to stay. I chaperone the girls back and forth by horse and cart for little pay. My girl was telling me the way the man was like ground, with Annabelle weighing in around 100 pounds. Even the coolest thought melts for Annabelle. was telling me the wind that was high ground without me getting weighing in around 8 pounds. I think she knows I'm getting ready to go.
That's The Rubble and Annabelle, which is the lead song on their 3-song CD EP, although we were having a bit of a discussion off air what actually constitutes a CD EP, what constitutes a single, what constitutes whatever. The band is doing a launch tomorrow night at the Indie. What time's it kick off?
6 o'clock, doors open.
Okay, and who's the support?
Got Billy Rogers.
Yes.
And the Regular Hunters.
And I gather she's a little bit more country than you guys might be.
Indeed.
When I was reading the interview, that was, I think, in Express, if my memory serves,
Yep.
you said you recorded enough material for an album, but you're not releasing it as an album. What was the thinking behind that?
Well, basically, we just want to keep our name out there, which
Yep.
means if we can keep doing more and more shows, all that material.
You mean more and more justification for doing
exactly,
launches?
exactly.
Yeah,
Get
gotcha.
down,
More big events.
Yeah.
big events,
Yeah,
more
yeah.
parties. I enjoy that.
You're looking at touring. Well, I would assume you're going to go down south because, given that's where it was recorded, that's probably the obvious place to go. You're also looking at going east, and if so, how many releases into it would you be going east?
Well, we haven't talked about an Eastern
States tour, yep.
Yeah, just yet because, everything costs money, you know, and we're hemorrhaging money at the moment, you know,
Yep.
just to put on a show like the Indie Bar and
Yep.
record these 3 tracks and all
Because
that.
you've had the expense of recording, but you haven't
Yeah.
actually recouped any of the money yet.
Exactly it, you know, so it's all very expensive. We have definitely talked about a regional tour.
Yep.
We've got some friends of ours, Paradise Motor Inn, who we've been chatting to about doing that with, you
Yep.
know, so they're pretty keen as well. So we're thinking maybe like mid to late year, we'll try and sneak a few of those in or something.
I'm thinking mid-year could get a bit cold down there.
Oh, we like the
Could
cold.
do.
Yeah,
Don't mind.
no, surfing would be
People
good.
still want music though.
Yeah, that's true. Where did you actually record the make the recordings?
Make the recordings. Well,
Well,
there's a
do
house.
the recordings.
In Eagle Bay, there's a beautiful house overlooking the beach.
Yep.
And we set up in the top room and looked out at the beach, and it was all very picturesque. It was quite,
Yeah, but while you're looking out, can you sort of play the guitars and everything while you're looking out and going,
actually.
I could be out there. The surf's up, yeah.
Well,
where are we in the song?
We could be, yeah.
It was quite magical because I remember one of our songs called Bootlicking. I remember standing there playing the intro for the song, and we had the doors open and all that, and where I was standing you could clearly see the water, the trees, the sand, everything, and I remember just standing there playing
Just kept
this
playing
riff
intro
which I've played over and over
Yeah.
again, but just staring out at the ocean, and it's just amazing. Hey.
The songwriting, how much of it is a collaborative effort and how much is it one person brings something into it and the rest of them basically beat it to death until they're happy with it?
Well, I write all the initial songs.
You're the ideas man.
I'm the ideas man. Yes,
Yep.
good way to put it. So basically, I write the majority of a song, and then I bring it to the band. We all work on it. Everyone has their input, which is very necessary.
We're all the critics.
Well,
'Cause I don't have all the answers.
Well, I'm thinking because you're not the main singer, so really, if the singer's going, well, this is nice, but I've got to sing it and I'm not happy about that.
Yeah, it's quite difficult to do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So-
if you're not happy with how it's sort of phrased, it might sound great to him in his head,
Might
but
rewrite a few little bits and pieces. Here
Exactly,
and,
and
but
I
make
would-
sure he's happy with it because it's still his song.
yeah, but I'm just thinking, more the phrasing and the timing
yeah.
and all the rest of it.
It's quite difficult because he's got an idea in his head.
Yeah, well, that's the trouble. It's just in his head, and it's got to come out and deal with the rest of the
it
world.
turns out that a lot of words that I like to use in
Yes.
these lines can be quite difficult to actually
So it's
sing it, you know what I mean?
exactly.
So-
I'm thinking
so,
like
yeah.
that. So you go, okay, in my head it goes like that, but it's like, well, I've got to pronounce this and sing this, and
Yeah.
it's just not going to happen.
exactly.
Because it's got, there are 5 syllables in this song, and how am I actually going to get it in and out there? Where are we going now? You've got all these recordings done, and you're intending to release them through the next 6 months or 12 months?
Yeah, more realistically over the next 12 months,
Yep.
to be honest.
Well, what does that mean in terms of material that you're going to be writing either now or in the next 12 months? Because you go, well, we've got this backlog of stuff. How can we get this new stuff out? Or I'm thinking you're probably going to have to get the material out to make a bit of money to pay off the recordings. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but we've got 12 new songs and I want to record them now, but we've got no money because we've still got a couple of EPs to go here.
Well, we're in a pretty good spot, if you will, because we always have songs in the works. You know, what I mean? I think we've probably got about 10 songs which we can work on and which we are slowly getting through. But as you said as well, like we have to get the tracks out and have these big events and stuff
Yep.
to keep funding the band. Otherwise, there will be no band.
Yep.
You know, so it's finding that balance, which it's all a learning curve, if you will. But we're wrapping our heads around it and we're making it work.
Have you had the situation, because how long's the band been going for?
About 2 years, I think. Yeah, about 2 years.
Have you had that situation where you've actually got a whole stack of songs and you've got no way of getting them out, but you're playing them live, and then after a while you go, well, I want to drop that one and move on to something else because we've written something else. So essentially the song just gets lost. Or have you actually got a demo down somewhere and you can go, okay, I'm having a bit of a dry spell here, let's go back and listen to some old stuff and sort of revisit it or recycle
you can
it.
fall out of love with the song.
Yep.
Decide to put it aside for a while. This is the first time we really had a whole lot of tracks and, more and more.
Yeah, it's an ongoing process, but all bands, when they're being very creative, some songs just aren't going to make it.
just doesn't work,
and some songs work live, and then
Yeah.
you try and do it in the studio, and it just doesn't work in the studio.
Well, of course, it always happens. It's not necessarily a bad thing either, because we've had a few songs where, like you do get sick of playing some of them. You know
Yes.
what I mean? So, and it's always good to change the rotation of songs as well, not only for ourselves but for, all the fans who come down to the shows.
Yeah, but
you don't want to keep playing the same set.
Yeah,
over and
exactly.
over
I saw them last month, and they played the same songs in the same sequence.
Exactly. Yeah, like no one wants that. But
Yeah, exactly.
But the good thing is, the songs that go out of rotation, they will come back at some point. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like we will fall in love with that song again at some point.
Or someone goes, you haven't played that song for 6 months, and
Yeah.
you go, yeah, but we've forgotten how it is. Let's have a listen to it. And then it's like, that was actually pretty good. And then you go back and you can almost rearrange it as well.
Different ideas and suddenly a new song, you know.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Because like when it comes back, you know, you fall in love with it again, and you tend to rock it out even harder.
Yep.
You know,
Because you're familiar enough with it. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking if you've played together, it's like, yeah, but we don't have to fiddle around with that nice bit. We can just go for it.
that's it.
You've got another song on this 3-tracker, and this is called...
Badass.
And the launch tomorrow night, Indie Bar with Billy Rogers and the...
Regular Hunters.
And 6:30 kickoff. What time do you go, guys, on stage?
We'll be on about 8:30.
8:30, yeah.
Oh, yeah, but you get there for the support, definitely.
Oh,
Absolutely. Be there at 6.
Thank you.
Heavy heads lay in fields of sorrow. Wait for tomorrow to take me away. It don't come easy to leave it all behind. A getaway needs money. A getaway plan takes time. All I need is my rags and shoes to get away from you. Mama taught me to be a good child. Hard work but not worthwhile never got me anywhere. I didn't get it till the day I saw a man steal a bread from another man's hand. He saw me steal. And this is what he said. Don't you wish you were as badass as me? You couldn't be, no, you'll never be as bad